welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've sat down to film, so it feels kind of awkward. The last video I filmed and uploaded that you would have seen would have been my Cersei reading vlog back in September. I think I posted at the beginning of October, but I filmed it up to the end of September, and now it is December 14th, so it's been a while. I just got so busy with school and doing school assignments and reading, I forgot to pick up a camera. I forgot to film anything. I didn't really have time to edit anything, so I didn't, which I would like to get better at filming something and doing something. Ideally, I would love to continue reading throughout the school semester and filming and talking about what I'm reading and uploading it here. But with how accelerated my classes are, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, it's been a while. It's now December. I'm on school break. Yay. So I'm going to talk you through what is my very loose December TBR. Some of these books I definitely want to finish in December or read in December. Others, I would love to get to them because they've been on my shelves for a while. I would really like to read them, but also I'm not going to be upset if I am unable to get to them. So let's look at the stack as I drink my smoothie. Alright, let's start with the ones I'm currently reading. I think let's start with the ones I'm currently reading but want to finish. Let's do that. We have two big ones on the list that I'm currently reading and have been picking at little by little as I have time for a while that I would absolutely, well, I hate to say have to finish by the end of December, but I very much want to finish these by the end of December. First off, Emma being number one. I am halfway through, loving it. I wanted to finish this and read this back in the summer. I didn't really have time. I'm not mad at how long it's been taking me to read this, because then I get to savor it. And I'm savoring it and reading it, and this really is, I think, one of my favorite Jane Austen stories and even novels as we're halfway through it. And because how many do I have left to read after this? I think just two. I think once I finish this, the only ones I wouldn't have read is Mansfield Park and Sense and Sensibility. But then that's it for Jane Austen. So instead of just devouring this, I'm ending up savoring it, and I'm not mad about it either. And then I've been slowly working my way through this one throughout the semester because it's a collection of short stories. And that is Unaccustomed Earth by Jhumpa Lahiri. Again, I was reading this the other night, and we're slowly making our way through. I think we're about halfway through. Yeah, we're halfway through this. I have one more short story from part one, and then part two is separated, so I'm not sure if it's maybe short stories around a same set of specific characters or what. So we'll see. But I'm halfway through this. I should finish this one pretty quick, honestly. Love to finish this. And those are the two main books I want to finish in December. Other ones I really would adore to get to this month would be Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. I have been dying to read this book ever since it just exploded onto the scene. It's such a beautiful book. Look at that interior. Isn't that one of the most gorgeous things you've ever seen? I've heard so many amazing things about this, so I'm excited to dig in and read that this month as well. And it doesn't look too long, so this should be a fairly fast-paced read. The other one I would really would love to get to. Oh, haha, it still has the tag on it. One moment, let me take this off. Okay. The other one I really want to get to this month is 1984 by George Orwell. I read Animal Farm last year at this time, And so I wanted to get onto the next big one. And then onto the ones that I either had on my TBR to read, or one of them I just bought the other day impulsively because it looked fun and I adore the cover and the color of it. So we're going to start with that one. And that is A Winter's Promise by Christelle Dabos. Or Dabos? 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 I think it's translated from French. Yes, translated from French. This one I've seen on Goodreads. Some people review it very highly. Look at that cover. The cover is incredible. I love the shade of blue. And so my local Barnes & Noble is moving location, so everything in the store is 25% off. So I decided to pick this up. And yeah, I would love to get into it hopefully this month. I don't know a ton about it, except the cover's incredible. It had great reviews. It is fantasy. I think it's just straight fantasy, not historical fantasy. So I will read it and report back to you. This might be an interesting one to do a reading vlog of, because I know so little about it, and then I can just react to you. So that might happen. Second on this stack is The Summer Before the War by Helen Simonson. This one has been on my TBR almost since it came out. However, when was that? I saw it around when it first came out back in 2016. I remember seeing it pop up on Goodreads and like in bookstores and stuff. I honestly, even though I've been aware of it since it came out, I don't know a ton about it other than it takes place in England the summer before World War I breaks out. So that will be very interesting. World War I is one of those history topics I love to learn about, and I've not read much fiction that takes place, honestly, directly before or during World War I, which is surprising. I've only read nonfiction. So I'm excited to read this and see how I like it. Historical fiction. The others are basically essay collections. The first one is On Stories and Other Essays on Literature by C.S. Lewis. I picked this one up a while ago from a library sale, and I've been meaning to read it, and I would like to get to it this month if I'm able to. It's basically just a bunch of different essays on stories, writing, literature, and his thoughts on other writers and their work. There are multiple essays in here. One is on science fiction. There's one on The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. Dorothy L. Sayers. There's one on George Orwell. Just a bunch of different random essays on different aspects of literature and writing and story and writers and their work. So I'm very curious to read this. The other one is, I picked this up at a half price impulsively, and I've been dying to get to it, is Britain and the Cinema in the Second World War. And this one is basically different academic essays on film during World War II, specifically British film, just how important it was to Britain during that war, both as propaganda on the home front and I just can't wait to read it. I've seen a number of British films from the 1940s during World War II and leading up to World War II, and I've always really enjoyed them, and they're pretty different than American films at the time because they're a lot less glossy, if you know what I mean. Those are my big stacks for now. I am currently reading on Kindle on my iPad. Let me grab that because I don't remember the author's name and I want to make sure I say that. Okay. Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. I'm about a third of the way through this. on Kindle. I've been really enjoying it. It's my first piece of like, oh, I can't say that because I just took an Asian history class where we did read translated Japanese novel. So I guess it would be my second translated Japanese novel. This one's much more contemporary than what I was reading from my history class. So basically the concept of this one is there's this coffee shop in Japan, Tokyo I believe, where if you sit at a specific chair in this cafe, you can travel into the past for the length it takes for your coffee to get cold. Like the cup of coffee they serve you to get cold. So in that space of time, you can go back and travel to the past. You can't change anything in the past. What you do when you travel back in time is not going to change anything in your present. It's kind of reading like short story collection so far. I'm enjoying it. It's not incredible, but I'm enjoying it. So we'll see how I like it when I finish it up. That is what I am currently reading and would like to get to in December. And before my classes start back up in January. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Obviously, this list is subject to change. These are just some of these books I definitely want to finish this month. Others I would love to get to, but it's subject to change. I am very much a mood reader. And while most months that I know I'm going to have a lot of free time to read, I have this mental list of books I would love to get to. A lot of the times I will switch it up based on my mood and what is appealing to me, and just in case I discover something new. But those are a lot of the ones. I have a few others. There's a Susanna Roundtree book I still want to read and continue that series because the 4th book should be coming out in January, I believe. So gotta keep going with that. And there's a few other books that have been sitting on my shelves that I'd like to get to maybe if none of these are appealing to me. That is my December TBR. So I hope to be much more active this month with filming and reading. Keep an eye out for my wrap up of my favorite reads of 2021. Video I want to do by the end of this month, maybe at the beginning of next month. I'm torn to do it early in case one of these like December reads really gets me and becomes a favorite. I'm hesitant to do that, so that may come at the very beginning of January. And then I will definitely be filming some reading vlogs as I read these books here in December. So if you're interested in more videos like this one and seeing any of those reading vlogs or my 2021 reads wrap up, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up. Comment below with some of the books you're excited to get to read here in December, or if you've read any of the books I've mentioned in this video and really enjoyed or had thoughts on them. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!